More than a choreography, an alchemy, the transformation of the banal reality into a poetic harmony. It is especially the story of a nation determined to be part of the greatest. A nation resolute to put its own stamp on world affairs. Audacity, ambition, a strong tradition, Thailand is all of the above. The country dreams big and has the means to do it. Figures speak for themselves. More than $300 billion of GDP, a population exceeding 60 million inhabitants. Thailand has definitely all the means to take the highway of development. In this special show, I take you to this very particular country, an in-depth report on its specificities and challenges. Bangkok, the capital city of Thailand, breathes economic vitality, a dynamism expressed through gigantic buildings and towers, which symbolizes a country resolutely oriented towards modernity, one of the preferred destinations for investors and global companies. Thailand's economy lies on services, industry, and also agriculture. One of the main crops cultivated and largely exported to Senegal, rice. But Thailand's driving force remains its tradition as a result of a royal plot plotted by the Chakri dynasty, which has been reigning in the country for more than 2 centuries. The current king is Bhumibol Adulyadej, the 9th of the dynastic line. Although the monarchy is just constitutional, he plays an important role in the country, being a key actor of development. His reign has been lasting for 67 years, a record. King Bhumibol Adulyadej is the world's longest-serving current head of state. His longevity on the throne was recently marked by political tense atmosphere, on the outcome of which he has always emerged as the unifier. 3 years after the last political imbroglio, which deeply divided the country, the crisis page is turned to give place to another one intended to be more peaceful. As a challenge to be tackled by the new administration led by Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra, an issue which has been threatening Thailand's unity for decades, especially since 2004, the situation blowing hot and cold, climbing from status to status. Simply considered by the government as an unrest, but taking the form of an insurgency in the mostly Muslim southern part of the country, the Malay Patani region. Bomb attacks by the rebels,
for the Thai authorities,
large-scale military operations, some of the consequences an issue of this kind is synonymous with, the situation has gone through. Add to this a deep division on its causes depending on the side. For the separatists, it is a logical independence aspiration given requests of cultural and religious freedom, and also the fact Thai Buddhists, merely 6% of the region's populations, are said to dominate the region. For the government, it is no more than acts by common bandits. Although peace talks have been held this year between the two parts, but the process is on hold. Far from this tension, the attention here is communion, Muslims and Buddhists living in real harmony. Quite normal for many who think the conflict in South Thailand has nothing to do with a religious crisis. Its causes are to be found in other areas. One of them, economic inequality. We are in Satun, South Thailand. In fact, in the city, the key approach is fight against poverty. And to help bridge the gap, the government invests in education through subsidies. As evidenced by this school, children, mostly Muslims, forge their future with an educational system suitable to their religious specificities. The government counts on them for a bright future, which is quite possible for Thailand, a country I've been given the chance to see with my own eyes, and as it is generally the case for its first-time visitors, I've been seduced by its dynamism, its culture, in short, its beauty. Our journey ends here in the Thai embassy to Senegal. Excellency, diplomatic relations between Senegal and Thailand date back to 1980. In what does it result in terms of cooperation?
Well, I need to give you a big picture first. Our relations with Senegal has always been cordial, and the relations start, as you said, in 1980. But actually, our relations, especially in terms of cooperation relations, dated back in 78. From 1978 until now, Senegal is the country in Africa who has benefited the most of our development cooperation program. And it's more at first it was more on the training courses, study visits, and also higher learning courses in Thai universities. Over the past 8 years, we have changed our cooperation program to a more of projects, to have more projects in Senegal, because we want to give more dynamism and make it more concrete. That's why we have started some, tangible and concrete projects in Senegal. Back in 2010, which marked the 30th anniversary of Thai and Senegal diplomatic relations, our government has decided to financially and technically support the setting up of a unit on prosthesis, artificial legs at the military hospital in Ouagam. And we continue the training and maintenance of this center. What else can we do together? We're looking ahead, we're thinking of working more on policy issues, which is important to Senegal, on universal health coverage, where Thailand is a success story, and we have a lot to share with you. On the second area is on agriculture. We've done lots of trainings and study visits for Senegalese technicians. But now we think of moving the project, creating a project on the ground. We are thinking of expanding it into cultivation of rice. And the project is still under consideration, is still ongoing, under discussion between Thailand and Senegalese Ministry of Agriculture. In the third area, it is on the aquaculture, which is an important area for Senegal. We have set up, and we are going to complete the hatching. It's a fishery program in Richard-Toll to the north. We are building the hatching for the fish. The project will be completed by the end of the year. All of this point to the fact that now our government in Thailand has supported the policy of President Macky Sall on the food security and rice sufficiency by the year 2018.
Can you tell us more about the trade volume between the two countries? What are its figures?
The trade volume back in last year, 2012, the trade volume was about 116 million US dollars. And this year, over the first 7 months, it is on the increase. It's about 27 more from the same period last year. At the moment, we have around $1,002 million total trade between Thailand and Senegal.
Okay, so given the important economic relations between Senegal and Thailand, it's quite surprising to notice that there is no Senegalese embassy in Bangkok. How come? Our counterparts living there always complained a lot about this issue. What is done to make the process move forward?
In my view, an embassy is a key element, as a key factor that can move forward bilateral relations. You have lots of Senegalese who are living in Thailand, and their interests should have been taken care of by the Embassy of Senegal in Bangkok. Unfortunately, so far there haven't yet been any embassy, as you said. So what I have done is that I'm trying to discuss with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Senegal here and other authorities to try to open an embassy of Senegal in Bangkok. And I really hope that our request would yield a favorable consideration. And at the moment, I think in the meantime, if Senegal really wants to boost the ties between Thailand and Senegal, you can even appoint an honorary consul general of Senegal to Thailand, because lots of West African countries, they appointed their own honorary consul general, who are mostly Thai businessmen, and they work not only for the interests of those countries, nationals of those countries in terms of consular services,
Definitely.
but they also try to boost trade and economic and investment relations.
Your country's interest to Senegal and Africa in general is translated into action, as evidenced by the important event Thailand is getting ready to host in February 2014, the Thai-Africa High-Level Dialogue. What will it be about?
Well, the rationale behind this Thai-Africa high-level dialogue is based on the fact that Africa is rising. No one denies that Africa is now among the most fastest growing economy in the world, with 6.5% GDP growth last year. And Asia is also on the rise too, especially Southeast Asia. ASEAN, which Thailand belongs to, is the grouping of Southeast Asian countries, and we aim to have what we call ASEAN Economic Community by the year 2015. So this is all the reasons why we want to promote our relations with Africa as a whole, to make it more comprehensive, more concrete, and more sustainable. So the idea is to work with African countries on 3 pillars. The first one is on economic relations. The second one is on development cooperation, and the third one is strategic partnership, which means that we are going to cooperate with Africa on global issues. Now, we have organized 2 preparatory meetings already in Bangkok at the high senior officials level, and we plan to organize the high-level dialogue in early February 2014, and we shall invite all of the African heads of state with an expectation that the President Macky Sall would be able to attend this meeting, a very important meeting for both Thailand and Africa.
Thank you, Excellency, for receiving us. Well, that's it for this week's program. Many thanks to the whole team who helped me prepare it. Until next week, stay tuned on RTS1.